Cam Ward was absolutely fantastic for the Tennessee Titans in his rookie season, but the box score doesn't tell the whole story. I'm going to show you all the great things that Cam Ward did on tape in 2025, plus talk about what needs to get better on today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. Welcome into another film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, 27 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for Sports Illustrated, USA Today, and I'm a certified film junkie who's hosted the #1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked On Titans, for 7 seasons. In today's film breakdown, we are going to take a look at the full rookie year of Cam Ward, because again, if you're just looking at stats, it doesn't look all that great, but when you dive into the tape, it becomes clear just how special Cam Ward is. We're going to talk about his elite playmaking skill, his incredible arm talent, and his ability to read defenses and go through his progressions. Also, we're going to take a look at some of the things that do need to improve for Cam Ward going forward, like his accuracy and his timing, and a little bit of a fumble issue that he did already start to clean up by the end of the year. Before we dive into the tape, do want to remind you to get subscribed, stay subscribed for year-round free Tennessee Titans film content here on the Tic Tac Titans YouTube channel. You pair the film up with the Locked On Titans podcast, and you are as informed, as entertained, and as up-to-date as a Tennessee Titans fan could possibly be. Make sure you throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a tighten up down in the chat, and with that being said, as we always do, let's step into the film room. Cam Ward's elite playmaking talent. Cam Ward has such a knack for how to operate outside the pocket when the play breaks down, making plays outside of structure. In my opinion, a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL can win from the pocket, but being able to take advantage of defenses off script, use your legs, buy time, get your teammates more opportunities down the field, that's a special talent that Cam Ward has that separates quarterbacks in the NFL. So I can't wait to dive into the playmaking talent here of Cam Ward. Some of the best plays of the entire NFL season, not just Cam Ward's season, on display right here. Right out of the gate, Cam Ward is just an elite playmaker. Elite playmaker. He had elite playmaking talent in college. He brought it over to the NFL right away, and we see it here against the Houston Texans early in the season. Cam Ward makes one of the best edge rushers in the NFL, Will Anderson Jr., miss, and then completes a bomb on one of the best defensive backs in the NFL in Jalen Petrie. Like, this is just the awareness and the movement in the pocket here. You're going to see Calvin Ridley come out here and just do a quick stop route. You're going to have the deep post right here. The Texans are in a match zone, so they match up and make it man coverage. And, I mean, that's Will Anderson Jr. on Cam Ward right there. Dead to rights. That's a sack for, 25 out of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Cam Ward gets deep enough to make a miss, and this is really what's special, is he just has a constant vision of everything on the field. Like, this is why Cam Ward is always rolling out to the sideline, but throwing back inside, because while everybody is attention this way, this way, this way, Cam is always zigging when everybody else zags. So when everybody is thinking to the sideline, he's the one looking back this way, and we see it on display over and over again. But just a magical quality to Cam Ward to be able to complete these passes, make these plays, and that's why he needs big-bodied wide receivers who can go up and make these kind of plays like Alec Iomanor. I mean, even more impressive here, just gets away from Will Anderson Jr., finds his man, and delivers an absolute strike. For this to be your first touchdown pass of your career, this literally set the standard, set the stage for what this is going to be about. Just hanging, make another defensive lineman miss, and go back all the way. Look how he throws that all the way across the field. Think about how far that is in the air. Across the field is 53.5 yards. So he's throwing this 40, 45 yards, also throwing it 23, 25, 26, 27 yards deep, all the way across the field while falling away. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous stuff. This is elite ability in the NFL. You don't see people make throws like this. There's, a handful of guys who can make these plays. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Like, wow. Again, I'm not saying Cam Ward is an elite quarterback right now, but as I said when he was coming out, he has elite playmaking ability. This stuff is special, and it's not a fluke. This is who he is. A guy I compared Cam Ward to when he was coming out of college was Brett Favre. No, he doesn't have the pure velocity in his throws like Brett Favre, who might have the strongest arm, you know, in the history of football. But his ability to make these weird plays and how the play is just never over. And doesn't matter the situation. He can flip it. He can toss it. He can find a way to make a play. Nothing there. I mean, there's nobody open. There's nobody open right here. Doubled, covered, doubled, wrapped up on the sideline. Right here, like, where do you go? And he just continues to buy time and find a way to make a play. And then he's getting hit, falling down, still gets it off, gets it to his man, and picks up a first down. Again, guys, this is special stuff right here. Like, you don't see normal quarterbacks doing this on Sundays. It's special. It's different. It's rare. I mean, hits off his own lineman and finds a way to get it done. Incredible. And hey, it doesn't even have to be a wide receiver or a tight end. It could be defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, look at Cam. Poised. He's always calm. The moment's never too big. He's never rattled. He's never worried. Like, it's just incredible stuff. All right, supposed to go out to the flats. These guys are right next to each other because, well, Jeff is running the play. DMR in the back, but Luke Gifford's right here waiting on it. There's nobody there. They're trying to get everybody to look over here and then come back here, but it's taken away by the 49ers defense. Is Cam worried? Nope. We're just going to keep our base. We're going to avoid a defensive lineman, and look at when he decides to do this. Jeff is going this way. He's right here, and Cam Ward knows. I know where I'm going with this. And watch this throw. Watch him fall away on this throw. This is Michael Jordan fadeaway, Dirk Nowitzki one leg up type stuff. Bam. Lobs it up to him. I mean, how can you not watch this and get a little emotional, man? Like, this guy is a monster. Shout out, Jeff. I'm not kidding. This might be the best throw of the entire season. This might be the best throw that Cam Ward made in the entire season against Kansas City. Goes for a two-man concept over here. 1-2. But the cornerback and the safety are all over it. It's not there. But the pressure is on. Kansas City's bringing a blitz. Great pickup by Tony Pollard there. But Cam, again, never gets flustered. Never gets overwhelmed. Just keeps his base, keeps the play going, rolls out, and look at where DK is right now. And look where Cam Ward ends up throwing. Again, this is special elite playmaking ability to make this throw and keep this play alive. Look at that. Two guys on him, smashing him. I mean, whoa. 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 Dude. My God, man. I'm out of good football words to say. This is miraculous. Great blitz pickup by Tony Pollard right there. Wow. Really good stuff to lay a shoulder there. Gives Cam enough time to get out. Are you joking me? Are you joking me? Who is this guy? This is my quarterback. Look at that. I mean, he's falling backwards, hit by two guys. I mean, a dot. Just literally perfect. That right there is special. Now, I've talked about it before. Cam Ward is not a running quarterback like Lamar, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jackson Dart even. Like, that's not going to be Cam Ward's game. But watching him use his legs here, again, the touchdown run against Seattle was supposed to be a fake jet sweep into a shovel pass to Chigakonkwo, which they hit later in the year. But Cam sees that it's not there because the defensive end hits Chigakonkwo, and he realizes, I got to make a play on my own. And when you need Cam Ward to make a play, he's going to make a play. I mean, don't get hurt, but, this is part of his playmaking talent. He's got to be able to use his legs. Bam, the pump fake, gets down the field, picks up the first. Let him know, Cam. First down. He got better at this. A lot of these clips are from later in the season, after the bye week, when he, little juke. He is not Again, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. But he absolutely has the ability to take advantage of defenses with his legs. See, we don't want him getting hurt. Little dirty hit at the end there. But, you know, this is part of the playmaking ability. Here's one, 4th down and 1, trying to dump it off to an offensive lineman. What are we doing, Brian Callahan? Not there, but again, juke out a linebacker and get to the 1st down marker. As the game slows down, as he gets more comfortable, he's going to do more of this, and he's just going to break team spirits. The next thing that we have to talk about is Cam Ward's incredible arm talent. It's not just the arm angles that he could throw the football from, giving him so much leeway all over the field, but the velocity, the ability to throw the ball with speed, to get it into different places. And he started throwing with touch more later in the season as well. Cam Ward has incredible arm talent. Do I think he's got top 5 velocity in the NFL? No, but he can reach every single part of the field however he needs to do it, from whatever angle he needs to do it, and that's what makes him special. Insane arm talent. Just insane. Look at this throw against the Cardinals. Splitting the middle of the field, splitting the 2 safeties down the middle to Calvin Ridley. Just, 55 yards, 58 yards on a rope. Easy money. Bam, right to him. This sort of arm talent with the playmaking ability, boom, right to him. Tremendous throw. Just a tremendous throw. And the arm talent is just on display nonstop all season. This is the touchdown to Chim DK. What I want to point out, too, is we'll get to the reads portion, but Cam Ward changes the play, and then right here, this is change the play, reload. That's what he's doing with his hands. He's saying reload. When you hear kill, or can, that's killing the original play. But then you hear reload. That's changing it back to the original play based on what he's seeing from the defense pre-snap. Roll out, set your feet, unleash. Bam, perfect. Literally a perfect throw. Absolutely fantastic, man. The arm talent, the angles. Wow. Perfectly in stride. Touchdown. Just so impressive. This one we're talking about the best throw of the year. Huh. Excuse me? Getting hit. Got it. Over the linebacker. In between safeties. Right to him. That right there, that's also a candidate for best throw of the season. Ridiculous arm talent. Look at the angle, too. Look at the sidearm. Boom. Through the defensive tackle. Over the linebacker. In between the safeties. Absolutely nuts. Here we go against the Texans. Getting hit. Look at that. What? If people want to tell me that Cam Ward isn't incredible, give me a break, man. Who does this? He's getting hugged. He's getting hugged by Danielle Hunter. And look where he puts this ball. You couldn't drop it to Chikakonkwo any better. On the sideline. Miraculous. This is special, guys. This is not normal, man. This is not normal. Another one here against San Francisco. Boom. Again, getting hit too. Defensive lineman hits his arm as he's throwing this. Falling off his back foot from the 45. All the way down to the 3. Yikes. What a freaking throw, man. Absolutely incredible. Arm getting hit. Right on the money. Great play by Van Jefferson. Special arm talent. Another thing that really impressed me throughout the season is Cam Ward's ability to read a defense. One thing we'll talk about here in a second is he needs to work quickly as he's going through, be more quick about that. But his ability to see where the hole in the defense is, read the zone coverage, understand that it's man, know where to go with the football. It got light years better throughout the season. You could really see everything slow down for him as the season kept going on. His understanding of what's available to him based based on the coverage that he's seeing. His post-snap reads got absolutely fantastic. Yes, again, he needs to get quicker through those, but could not be more impressed by his ability to go through his reads, understand where to go, where is the vulnerability in the defense, and being able to attack that. Absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to dive into my favorite reads that Cam Ward put on tape this season for the Titans. Something that we talked about when we looked at Robert Saleh's defensive scheme last week on the channel, we talked about how he uses match principles in his zone coverage. And that's what we're going to get right here. This is going to be cover 3 from Robert Saleh's defense with Buzz safety who comes down as the hook. You're going to get your 2 curl flats right here and then another hook right here. But again, match zone coverage. Once the routes start to declare, it becomes man. So what you're going to see is Van Jefferson out here is going to run the deep post. All right, and what's going to happen is the cornerback in the deep third is going to go with him and match that coverage. Well, what the Titans are going to do is they're going to bring Gunnar Helm out and then up the sideline on the wheel route, the rail route, whatever you want to call it. I would call it an out and up, double move type deal. But either way, what that's going to do is once Gunnar Helm bends it this way, it's going to make the corner think, okay, that's the curl flats responsibility, and I'm going to stay with my post. But what that's going to do is that's going to open up a huge hole right here where Gunnar Helm is getting to, and Cam Ward reads the defense perfectly. Again, later in the season, his ability to understand right here, he sees it. Okay, this guy's going to stay, and Helm's going to be open. He sees it right now and rips it with anticipation. Boom. Perfect to Helm. Touchdown Titans. Excellent work here. Good job by the O-line, especially Latham, locking out. Beautiful throw, right on target. Touchdown. The Seahawks right here look like they might be going into a cover 3 of some kind. It looks like it could be here, and this guy dropping back in. This safety could go to the curl flat. They could go to the hook curl, something like that. But what actually happens is one of these guys drops out in the zone. This guy sits here, and then you're going to have this turn into cover 2. So they're trying to make it murky. It's the best defense in the NFL, just won the Super Bowl. Trying to make it murky, but Cam Ward is not fooled. You're going to get a seam route right here, and Cam Ward is just going to hit it perfectly in between these 2 safeties. Reading the defense. Post snap. Okay, I see the 2 high safeties now. I know what it's going to be, and look at him throw with anticipation. Bam. And not only that, but the accuracy on the throw. It's in between the safeties, which is important. That's not the only accuracy I'm talking about. Ball placement. Look how Cam Ward throws it to where James Prochet has to spin this way, which keeps him away from this safety who is closer to him, okay? And this safety is further away. So not only did Cam Ward read the defense perfectly and put it to the right guy in the right spot, but he threw the ball in a perfect place to turn the wide receiver back shoulder to give him protection from this safety coming to hit him right there. That is NFL level accuracy and reading the defense. On this one, New England is going to run a Tampa 2 defense. Again, Tony Dungy, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Indianapolis Colts were famous for this scheme as well. But Tampa 2 is just your traditional cover 2 like you would think about it. Flat, flat, and then 3 zone defenders. But this middle guy in Tampa 2 gets a little bit deeper than these 2 right here because the vulnerability in Tampa 2 is this hole in between the safeties. So if you have a guy drop back in there, it makes it less vulnerable, right? Well, Cam Ward doesn't care about this middle linebacker. He's going to find a way to get it to his target. And what we're going to see is a crossing route right here by Chimdike in the window that Cam Ward fits this into, and the understanding of where the vulnerability is in the defense, where the hole in the defense is going to be, even with that Tampa 2 dropper, the middle dropper. Look, the dropper goes to get him. He knows Chimdike is faster than this linebacker. So if this spot is cleared out and vacated, then I know that I'm going to have a spot right here. But you got to be careful because this cornerback is starting to peel back right here to look for anything. Okay? So you got to be in between 3 different people here. And look where Cam Ward puts this ball. ridiculous ball placement, understanding of the hole in the defense, reading the defense and knowing where to go with it. Off the play action fake. He's got time. Rip. I mean, wow, man. Perfect throw. Perfect read. We've seen a perfect read against cover 3. We've seen a perfect read against cover 2. But now we're going to get a perfect read against cover 4. And Cam Ward took advantage of Seattle's cover 4 multiple times in this game. But you're going to have quarter right here in the cover 4. You have your curl flat right here. And then you have your hook defender. Well, what Cam wants to do is he wants to find the hole in between the safety and the hook right here. And it's going to be right in here in the middle. And Xavier Restrepo is going to run the skinny post. Boom. And as soon as he gets inside of this hook defender, Cam's going to fit it to him in between the safety and the linebacker. He did this again multiple times against Seattle. We'll see another one here in just a second, but really, really impressive stuff right here from Cam Ward. He understands the defense now. Look right behind him. See that? And look how he looks off to this direction to hold this backside safety, because in the cover 4, and we saw this with Robert Saleh's scheme, make sure that you watch that video if you missed it, but in the cover 4, the backside safety to the passing strength oftentimes will come in and match, and they'll just have this corner play man on the outside. If he mans up on him, and this guy is watching anything coming from this direction, you should be good. But Cam holds his vision right here, so this safety can't come too far inside, and that gives him enough room to hammer it home to Restrepo. Look at Cam holding him. Now I'm back. Bam. Gets him right to the goal line, sets up a touchdown. Just excellent understanding. And again, a lot of these clips are later in the year because Cam Ward, look, I'm going to hold. Now I come back, and I rip it. Cam just really started to understand how defenses were playing him. Hold, come to it. Laser beam. Should have been a touchdown. Come on, X. Get in there, man. But again, Cam's understanding of defenses, how to read the defense. And look, we've had cover 3. We've had cover 2. We've had cover 4. Now we're going to get a little bit of man defense from the Cardinals. So, man on the running back. Man outside. Man right here. Man right here. You got a guy right here who could zone up or go to the tight end. Another zone defender right here. And then a deep safety right here. Well, Cam is looking straight down the middle of the field, so they don't know where he's going to go. But he knows, I got Calvin Ridley one-on-one vertically. I'm taking that chance. So it doesn't matter the defense. Cam Ward had a great read on things. Wham. Gets him in man. Wide open. Huge play. Again, you see it here. Holding. Now I'm going outside, and look at this throw. Bam. Right on the money. Absolutely perfect. So by far, the biggest thing that Cam Ward needs to work on and improve going into year 2 is just consistency with his accuracy. Far too often, he was inconsistent with his ball placement and where he put the ball. I think that is a result of inconsistent mechanics. I think he needs Brian Dable to be very hard on him with the consistency in his mechanics to make sure that he is constantly having his feet lined up right. He's doing the right things in the pocket. Right here, he's running forward, tries to throw one in. You just got to do better than that. Yes, a couple of these hit off people's hands, all right? But that's a bad throw, man. That's a terrible throw. Way outside the body of Alec Iomanor, bounces off his hands and turns into an interception. You could say, oh, it touches hands, it shouldn't be caught. That is one of the dumbest things I hear from casual fans all the time. If it touches your hands, you should catch it. That is just insane when you play that out realistically in real time in NFL football. And yes, there are plays that Cam Ward made that should have been caught, plenty of them, but this is not one of them. This is Cam Ward's fault. That's an inaccurate pass, way to the inside, and it turns into an interception. We see it here with New England as well. Same exact thing. Throws it way too far inside, just barely grazes off Chigakonkwo's hands, and turns into an interception. This is on Cam. He's got to just be more accurate, okay? Make those plays. Here's another one right here to Gunnar Helm. 4th and 1. Needs to be easy. He throws it way too high. Gunner has to try to make a great catch on it and isn't able to do it. Like, that ball, with how open Gunner Helm is, that ball does not need to be floated so high. It's just got to be a more accurate pass and give him a more easy opportunity than that. Another thing right here, like, this is just, you know, we're talking about 3-4 feet behind. You know, he looked like he was throwing to 20 right there, not Chig. So just have to find a way to be more accurate. And again, I think it's mechanics, understanding, and then, of course, we get to the deep passes. And, you know, or this is one of those weird, wonky ones. There were a couple this year that were just weird and wonky. Like, it just came off his hand weird. Like, that's not even close to Van Jefferson. I don't know if he's just trying to dirt the ball or what. But now we get to the deep passes, because this is really where the issue is for Cam Ward, is the deep ball. He misses deep to the outside. It's really, I mean, some of these are like outside. Like, that's not even close. You know, some of these are outside the big white strip on the sideline. And all of them are to the outside, you know. Over the middle, he's typically all right. But to the outside, and again, I think it's the mechanics. Like, look at this right here. Look how he's leaning back on that. Like, you can make those throws sometimes, but we got to be more consistent with the mechanics. I mean, that's on the other side of the white stripe. You're just not giving your guys any opportunity. This one, he gets a little hit, but again, wide open, Chimdike misses him. Chimdike wide open again, misses him. Deep into the outside is where he had issues in college. It showed up his first year in the NFL, and hopefully more consistent mechanics and more focus from Cam Ward will fix that problem. So we talked about Cam Ward going through his reads and understanding. The thing that he has to do better with those reads is be more on time. And a lot of this stuff is early in the year, and he definitely improved. But against Indianapolis, this was the pick 6 early in the year, and I broke it down in real time when it happened, but Alec Iomanor comes wide open right here, okay? And it may be 3rd and 9 or whatever, but there's a great opportunity for this to be completed and be a first down. I mean, look at him right there, and Cam is looking right at it. If you get this to him right here, he might be able to catch this and get upfield. Maybe he breaks a tackle, makes it even more. You got to give your guy a chance. Instead, Cam Ward holds it, hunts for the bigger play, and I mean, shoot, if you wanted to lob one over right here as well, but like, we got to hit one of these guys. He waits, and then he panics at the end when he realizes, oh, I'm out of time, tries to dump it off to his check down, who's covered, and again, it turns into a pick 6, the only pick 6 Cam Ward threw on the season. His worst interception by far, but like, you know, we got to get through our progressions quicker and get to what we need to get to faster so that we don't make bad mistakes like that. Again, the timing of things here, we're going to have a crossing route coming across the middle of the field. Might be the outside receiver, but it's there. It's open, and Cam just decides to hold it. So the timing, getting the ball out of your hands. Yeah, Alec Iomanor, this is wide open, because this guy is going here, and the safety's going to go with him. This is open, and Cam is right here with plenty of time, but he doesn't get rid of it, and he holds it instead. Throw the ball. Throw it right here. Lead your wide receiver right there, away from the safeties. That's completion. You have time. All right, you don't like it? You've had too much time. Dump this off to Tajay right here, and it's him one-on-one with a linebacker. You know, get rid of the ball, the timing. Boom, boom, boom. It's got to be quicker than this. Instead, he waits, makes a guy miss, throws it up, it's tipped up, and it turns into an interception. Like, that could have been avoided. On this one, again, it's about timing. It's about timing. You just got to be quicker on some of these. And again, this is before the bye, but you're going to have an in-breaking route right here from Van Jefferson, and then you're going to have a crossing route behind it. And quite frankly, both of them are open, but because Cam is late, it's almost an interception. All right, look. If you want this, you got to hit it on him right as he breaks. Slam it in there right as he breaks. If you don't like that, then you look for DK on the crosser. Okay? It's one of two things. But Cam is waiting, and then finally throws it. And now Van Jefferson's been out of his break for 4 or 5 yards, and it allows the linebacker time to get back and almost make this an interception. And it should have been an interception. Easy money. Like, you can't have this ball to him over here. You need to have this ball to him now. This ball should have been out already and on its way, and you got to deliver it right here in front of the safety, in front of that corner, before the linebacker can get there. He's just super late on this, super late, to the point where by the time the ball would get to Van Jefferson, it would be on the other side of the hash mark. That's way too late. You can't do that. Honestly, DK, touchdown. If you're going to wait that long, at least be hunting the right play. Again, this was before the bye. He got a lot better as the season went on, but these are things that have to be consistently better next season. Now I want to talk about some of the sacks, because a lot of Titans fans like to talk about the offensive line. They're absolutely terrible. In my opinion, 8 of the 56 sacks that the Titans surrendered were Cam Ward's fault. 8 of those sacks. And this is one of them right here. So he had multiple options on this play if he goes through progressions quicker. So one, it's man coverage. This crossing route, going to be open. He's got him on his back. Gunnar Helm, right here, has enough space. Chigakonkwo coming out here, has enough space. Tajay Spears going to get out as the check down, has enough space. This does not have to be a sack, okay? And look, these two guys get a little bogged up. Now, this works perfectly. Van Jefferson gets open, but the pressure is coming, okay? Maybe you don't have time for that. You don't like that. Well, get it out to Chig right here, who's got his man beat and is faster. Get it to Tajay on a quick check down. It's only second down. It's second down and 8, all right? You don't have to be crazy here, okay? But if you take a sack, now you're turning it into 3rd and forever. Now we have 3rd and 17, 3rd and 18, and we aren't getting that. We aren't getting that. So, at minimum, throw it down to their feet and get rid of the ball. But holding on to the ball right here, not getting the ball out of your hands on time, it just hurts your team, and now you're out of field goal range, and now you don't have a 3rd down that you could even possibly get. This one is frustrating for a different reason. Cam drops his eyes here. Now, he's playing Houston, so I would imagine that he was a little worried about the pass rush. But he's got a clean pocket here, all right? He's got a pocket. He's protected. And Alec Iomanor is coming to sit down right in the middle of this zone, and you have a check down option as well. There's just no reason. Look, he panicked. He panicked. He dropped his eyes in a clean pocket, okay? This is a clean pocket in the NFL. They got that. And he drops his eyes. He's down low. He took his eyes off his target. And look, right here. Right here. And instead of being able to throw that ball on time and get the ball out, which would be a 1st down, he got scared of the pressure, dropped his eyes down low, panicked in the pocket a little bit. Now I'm back out. Now nothing's there. Now I definitely don't have anything. And now I'm just going to take a sack. It was 3rd down. If he doesn't panic in the pocket and gets the ball out on time, it's a 1st down. Those are the little differences. And now everybody's saying that the offensive line is trash, right? The offensive line is trash. This is another one against the Rams in week 2 where Cam Ward he creates the sack by not having patience. And again, this got better later in the season, but this is a clean pocket right here. That's a clean NFL pocket. And you're going to have Alec Iomanor coming on the backside dig. And I admit, none of this is open. This is taken. This is there. This is there. That's not open. It's a front side concept. It's not open. On the back of the front side concept is the backside dig. Okay? And Cam Ward has plenty of time to get to it. But he panics right here. Look, and then runs forward into a defensive lineman. Like, take one step back here. Get to your 4th progression, and you're good. And you're good. But again, drops his eyes and runs into a defensive line and creates a sack. Sack on Peter Skoronski. Offensive line is terrible. Peter Skoronski's a bust. That's the way the conversations go. Another one against the Rams. And you'll notice 6 of the 8 sacks that we look at happened before the bye. So that shows you that Cam Ward, even a thing that needs to improve, is something that did improve into the season. Okay. Hammer this home. Completion. Hammer this home. Completion. Clean pocket. Now, Dan Moore got beat right here, and the pressure is on. But right here, bang, hit him. He's staring right at it. Bang, hit him. Bang, hit him. Opening. Get the ball out. He doesn't. tries to run forward, do something, and it's a sack. Again, that's not a good play by Dan Moore, but that is an avoidable sack for Cam Ward to get rid of this ball. Again, it's second down. It's not like it's third down and he's waiting for something longer. It's second down and 8, 7. Hit this right here. You give yourself 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Instead, you're out of field goal range, and now you have 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. It's avoidable. I remember being incredibly frustrated by this one during the season as well. You're going to have some crossing routes right here, and Cam is going to step up in the pocket perfectly, but he doesn't throw it. So, hits his back foot. Nothing quite there yet. Starting to get some pressure right here. Some pressure right here. Cam does the right thing and steps up in the pocket, but deliver this. This is going to be wide open. Okay, deliver it. Bam. Right here. Climb the pocket and strike. Right there. I don't know why he doesn't throw it. Looking down, not keeping his eyes downfield, and it turns into another sack. Like, you know, you could say this is on the offensive line, but this is a huge X play right here that's wide open. Cam has time to make that happen, and he just doesn't see it, doesn't play within the time of the play, and takes another sack. Another one early in the season, the Arizona game, plenty of opportunities. This is here. This is where the play is designed. Pull the cornerback this way and hit this to Tyler Lockett. It's open. It's there right now. Rip the ball. All right, let's say that you don't like it. Let's say that you don't like it. Fine. Go. Spin the progression. He's as open as he's ever going to be. If you don't like it, then spin the progression. Boom. Boom. It's all here. There's no reason, with a clean pocket, there's no reason in hell that this should end in a sack. No way. And it does. It's just, you know, he improved, but it's got to be better than that. It's got to be better than that. A couple of different options here as well. You're going to have Chigakonkwo on the seam route. You're going to have an out by Calvin Ridley. You're going to have a swing right here by Tajay Spears, and I think Cam could have got to any of them, quite honestly. All right. Ridley's open on the out right now. He's got leverage on the cornerback. He's got a speed advantage. This safety is flat-footed looking inside. DK's about to run past him with what could be a touchdown. All right, you don't like either of those. You're worried about the corner. You're worried about him getting beat to the spot. Safety's over top. You don't see that he's flat-footed. Fine. Swing this thing out. See if he can make a man miss. Give him a shot. Give him a chance. Play within the time. He doesn't. He holds the ball. Gets over here. There's nothing there. I still think Ridley's open. DK's got a chance. Dump it off. Couple of options. Takes none of them. And instead takes the sack. And again, another example of barely keeping yourself in field goal range when, at minimum, throw it at somebody's feet and don't take the sack. These sort of decisions and understanding the time in your head of when you need to be able to make these decisions and how long you have, it improved mightily throughout the year, but definitely needs to be better in 2026. And the last thing is the fumbles. And look, I mean, 4 out of 5 fumbles that I'm going to show you right now happen before week 9. Like, you had this one, terrible. This can't happen. This just fall out of your hands. They didn't even make you fumble type stuff. Can't happen. And we saw it happen twice this year. That one right there against the Patriots, and then this one right here against the Raiders. But again, we have 2 of these against the Raiders, 1 against the Rams, 1 against the Patriots. Those are all before the bye week. And then only 1 fumble that Cam had after the bye week. And it was Chase Young's strip sack. Now, this one, this isn't like he just threw the ball on the ground, but you gotta be tougher and stronger in the pocket with the ball. This is the NFL, not college. And we see that there, and we see it right here as well. Just be stronger with the ball. Now, Cam is never going to completely avoid strip sack fumbles. There isn't a quarterback in the NFL who never has had a strip sack fumble in his life. Like, that's not going to happen. The expectation can't be zero. But we just got to get stronger with the ball in the pocket, more cognizant of the ball. And like this one, this is the last one, and I put it in here because it was the last one. I mean, I guess 2 hands on the ball in the pocket, better spatial awareness, but this is just kind of a freak play. But either way, 5 fumbles on the year, the most of any quarterback in the NFL. He's got to clean that up. It's got to get better next season. All right, Titans fans, that's going to do it for today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. We went over so much stuff, so many plays from Cam Ward. Again, just elite playmaking talent, and that's something that I knew Cam Ward had from his college tape coming into the NFL, and we saw it on display more as the season went on. He was able to use his legs a little bit more as well. The arm talent, not just the angles that he could throw from, but the velocity he could put on the football, reaching every part of the field. Yes, there are things that need to get better, like how he goes through his progressions, how quickly he can read the defense, but his ability to read that defense, find the vulnerabilities, find the holes in the zone, and take advantage was absolutely fantastic, and again, improved by the end of the year. Yes, he needs to be more accurate. He needs to make sure he takes care of the football, but I think coaching from Brian Daboll on the offensive side with him as the OC and his staff, I think that's going to be critical for Cam Ward to be more consistent with his mechanics, and then his accuracy will improve behind it. And Brian Daboll does have history with fixing things like that. So that's going to do it for my film breakdown on Cam Ward. I got a lot more stuff planned for you guys. Make sure that you get subscribed, stay subscribed for year-round free Tennessee Titans film content here on the Tic Tac Titans channel. Again, throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a Titan up down in the chat. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, and as I tell you every episode, tighten up.